Peace and love to the family. Welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a while. I think it's been about 57 minutes since my last video. But I want to talk about something that is very important that is taking place, you know. And I think the fact that I have so many stories like these to share with the subscribers speaks to the fact that we are in a state of reconciliation in the black community. I think we're trying to find ourselves. And so a lot of the insecurities are being hashed out in the form of beefs, right? And so here we have another installment. Two of our conscious sisters, Jassy G. Lovely and Ashe Devine, are now locking horns in a struggle. Apparently, there's a misunderstanding that is brewing between the two sisters, and the root cause of it is this perception that each of them is belittling or staining the character of the other. Okay. And so the thing is, whenever we practice to hurl mud, whenever we practice to sling mud at another person, what we are basically doing is creating the conditions for there to be a volley of hatred, for there to be a volley of negativity. All right. At this particular time, we have to think about those who are born and those who are also unborn, those who will be here in the future. Okay, we need to create the type of culture that can sustain black community relations, that can sustain the bonding between our people, both male and female. We need our people to be able to have solidarity and camaraderie. And so at this time, both of the sisters are insulting one another, speaking about each other's physical features and attributes. You know, we need to give a better example to the babies. It's not just about your ego, okay? There have been billions and billions of egos on this planet since creation, right? And all of those who thought that their ego was so important that they were willing to shed blood or that they were willing to resort to malice, they are not here anymore, right? They have been replaced by new people with new potential, and you know all of what people thought was important has now ceased to exist, right? So whenever you think that your personal struggle or your ego is to the extent that you need to respond with hostility, you have to remember that there's nothing new under the sun, right? You're just another human having a human experience. And so don't let ourselves get caught up in animosity. Whatever you put in, that is what you should expect to get out, right? If you continue to fill yourself with malice and negativity, you're going to surround yourself with negative energy, all right? And so just when you thought that you were tearing down one person, you also create the corresponding impact in your own personal life, right? So rather than engage in a defeatist initiative, right? Fighting each other is a defeatist initiative. I think the two sisters should join forces and work together. Find ways where you can work together because each of your voices, each of your platforms is very instrumental in creating progress in the black community. All right. Because the first stage of us advancing is for us to actually conceptualize what it is that we need to improve about ourselves, right? And once we can conceptualize that, and once we can develop our critical thinking skills, which is what I believe you two sisters are doing, you two sisters are highlighting the inconsistencies, you are highlighting the errors that many people around the black conscious circuit have been perpetuating, right? So it's very important that you exist. It's very important that your platform be unbesmirched and unblemished, because the children and even the impressionable minds of the adults will will suffer as a result of this. Because if you are teaching people true consciousness, what you will do is you will sabotage this initiative. You will sabotage the Pan African agenda. You will sabotage the local community agenda that you are engaged in. You will sabotage it because you will teach people how to be malicious. You will teach people how to tear down another person. You will teach people that although you can quote chapters upon chapters of books about history and metaphysics and chemistry and psychology, when it came down to you proving that you are a conscious individual, you became just as backward, you became just as insane as the broader status quo, as society. Okay, you resorted to the same nitpicking and the same divisiveness that you would claim people need to walk away from, right? So people, let me know what your thoughts are about in the comments below. I don't want to get into any specifics because this is not a gossip session, all right? But whatever malice is being hurled between these two sisters can be squashed, and this is where the elders should step in. All right, I'm not an elder. The elders need to be on the job. The elders need to be showing us a different example, all right, by speaking boldly and speaking openly. All right, people, but let me know what your thoughts are about all of this in the comments below. Like, comment, subscribe. One love.